All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Let's step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Martinsville. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series heads to Martinsville for some short track action. 150 laps tonight. It's race number 6. This is a big one, man. I'll tell you what, tight racing here tonight. This could be a big race. Who's got what it takes to win the short track at Martinsville? Who's got the chrome horn? Who's going to take the victory? There's only one way to find out, and that's watch it live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, it's the Buschwackers Series. It is Martinsville tonight. Short track action, tight racing, and live right here, baby, on TurnLeftTV. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in. Little short track action headed your way here tonight. At Martinsville. This is the Buschwackers Series. Again, Martinsville Speedway. 150 laps here tonight. Race number 6 of the season. I'm your commentator, broadcaster, Heath Johnson. Should be a fun race here tonight. Take a look at the track here. This is about a half a mile, just a little over half a mile in length. Flat track. Making the turns at 12 degrees, and I think that's generous personally. You see that concrete on the inside. We're going to see a lot of guys there hugging that inside there. Tough on tires and tight, man. These straightaways go on forever, but the turns are tight. So that is Martinsville. And again, thanks for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there in sim racing world, YouTube world, and all across the world, those folks who happen to come in and watch these races. Please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Oh, it's right there, man. Hit that subscribe. I forgot where it was. Forget to hit that subscribe button. Help me out. Also, appreciate you coming in here watching the races. We got some big ones here this weekend. Busy weekend of racing, of course. And we're working our way up to the Christmas holiday, aren't we? Wow. Don't forget to go down the description of this race and click on those links over to the Fanatec website and help me out. Got some good deals, I'm thinking, for Christmas. If you're interested in purchasing something, please use that link and help me out here at TurnLeftTV. I appreciate that. It's going to have a fun time here tonight. Martinsville, always a tough track, man. This is going to be tough on nerves and tough on equipment as well. So we'll see how it turns out. I think it's going to be a good one. Tight racing. Could come down to pit strategy too. So we'll see how this works out here tonight. Thanks again for coming in to TurnLeftTV. Tonight's race brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server for your league, head on over to EliteHostingUSA.com. 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. Get some folks coming here in the chat session. We're wishing Preston the best of luck with respect to he's having a little bit of trouble there tonight. You know, graphics issues, but also some under the weather a little bit here. So we're hoping he gets well soon. Todd sending his well wishes as well. How about that? Givaldo coming in here, one of our best buddies, one of our most loyal HORL members, Givaldo Linares. Good to see him, and good luck to him tonight. Good luck to all the drivers. Guys headed over to the qualification session here shortly. Yeah, we got a busy weekend of racing. Look at this coming to your way, man. Tomorrow afternoon, Daytona International, 80 laps in that Saturday Showdown Series, race number 2 of the season. And we had a big turnout. Heard somebody across the way that said that we weren't going to have anybody show up for this series. We had 18 drivers on the first race. And I think this is going to be even bigger. Daytona popular track, 80 laps. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Racing will start at about 2:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you don't want to miss it. It'll be live here on TurnLeftTV. That's the Saturday Showdown Series at Daytona. The Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow night. Race number 4 of the season, Atlanta Motor Speedway. 120 laps in that great series. This is our Cup Series. This thing has been going on for 20 years. How about that? Race number 4 of the season, Atlanta Motor Speedway. A great track. 120 laps. Should be a great race. Don't want to miss this one. If you'd like to come out and join us to race in the Cup Series in the Saturday Night Thunder, a very storied program here at High Octane Racing League. There's the Discord address in the banner. Come on out. We'd love to have you. Take a look at Tim Lansbury as he makes his qualification attempt. 82 car and a Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. Cole Brown, the top time, 18.500. Automatiak second on the grid. Look at that, Tim Lansbury jumping up there to 5th. On the grid with an 18.885. Oh, he smacks the inside wall there. Probably going to do it for those laps. Todd Robillard here, he qualifies right now. Top time, 18.449 for the 90 car. Got some fast cars out here still ready to qualify, and Arthur Vieira in the 4 car. We'll see how he does. Now 5th on the grid. Let's see how lap number 2 turns out. 18.778 for Arthur Vieira. So good enough for 5th on the grid. Claudio Bartelli Jr., man, we're going to send out a shout out to him, man. He's having some screen issues here, with rFactor 2. Sometimes those old shaders hangs on to those. We've done everything we know what to do to try to cure that, but he's racing with a little bit of a challenge here tonight, man. We'll see how that goes for him. The 91 car, he's pretty solid driver here, the 19.266. Right now, 7th on the grid. We'll see how the 91 does here on lap number 2. Lap 2, 19.354. So I definitely think that screen thing is really is causing some issues there. Let's take a look at the season standings coming into tonight's race. Preston Hassel going to take a little bit of a hit in points here. Being able to race now. Christian Wilson second in points. Paul Brown third. Givaldo Spindola is fourth. Claudio Bardelli Jr. fifth. Sean Jacobs not here tonight. He's sixth in points. Colin Madiak seventh. Jesus Iglesias eighth. Craig Marazon ninth. And Todd Robillard comes in tonight in the 10th position. Take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. We have Pocono Raceway coming up next week, and then we're off for Christmas on the 24th. Talladega Super Speedway coming out on New Year's Eve. My gosh. The gluttons for punishment there. 70 laps on December 31st. Homestead Miami Speedway coming up on January the 7th, and Kentucky Speedway on January the 14th. That's the schedule in the Buschwackers series. Take a look at that schedule in the Saturday Showdown series. It's Daytona tomorrow, Charlotte after that on 18 December, taking on Christmas off, of course, and then coming back on January the 1st, all hungover and ready to kick some ass at Bristol Motor Speedway. 200 laps there on January the 1st. Indianapolis Motor Speedway on January the 8th. See Texas, Nashville, and Talladega. Great little series coming up here in the Saturday Showdown series. This is a Euro-friendly times, and we got some drivers from Russia as well, and Eastern Europe that are racing with us as well. So good time for them, and really appreciate their participation in the Saturday Showdown series. So we deliberately put this series in the what traditionally has been to say that GT3 IndyCar time slot on Saturday afternoons to get some of those folks some racing in stock cars. By request, actually. They requested this, so folks out there said nobody was going to show up. Well, we had 18 drivers last week at Atlanta Motor Speedway, so I guess they showed up. Right now, these guys are in the driver's meeting, and they'll flip it over to the warm-up session. We'll have about 10 minutes of warm-up and get things going. Take a look at the Saturday Night Thunder schedule. We were talking about that series. And, of course, we'll be at Atlanta Motor Speedway tomorrow night. We've moved the times up an hour. So we start practice at 7 p.m. versus 8 p.m. and race will be at 8 p.m. or 8:15-ish versus 9:15. So we're trying to accommodate some of our friends in Brazil who, since we've fallen back, we're an hour, 2 hours different from them now. So we'll take a look at the qualification results.
Soul.
We'll take a look at the qualification results. Todd Robillard qualifies on the pole with an 18.449. Paul Brown qualifies in the second position. What the heck? Look at that, man. That is a tight front two there. Craig Marizon will start in third position. Jim Willis fourth. Colin Maddock will start in the fifth position. Arthur Vieta sixth. Tim Lansbury will qualifies in the seventh position. Ed Palumbo eighth. Givaldo Spindler qualifies in ninth. Glenn Wilson qualifies in the 10th position. We've got some guys who didn't qualify who will be coming in here to the server shortly. All right, hey, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Martinsville Speedway here tonight, 150 laps, race number 6 of the season. Thanks for joining us, checking out the broadcast. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator. This is the Buschwackers series. In race number 6 of the season, 150 laps of this great half-mile short track located in Ridgeway, Virginia, just outside of Martinsville. Looks like some advice from Preston. Get your marks, take care of your tires early, long race, don't speed the pits, and finally, keep the 77 car, Paul Brown, in sight. I think he's got some challenge here tonight, man. Colin Madiak here. Don't forget about Craig Marizon, Todd Robillard qualifies on the pole, so he's really been pretty solid this season as well. So look at Archer Vieira here in the 4 car. Got about 2 minutes, a little under 2 minutes left to go here in the practice, or excuse me, the warm-up session. We'll get the command to start the engines. Check our side-by-side view, make sure that's working. Looks like it is. That's good news. All right, boys and girls, I think it is that time, huh? Tonight's race is race number 6, 150 laps at a great short track, Martinsville Speedway. This is going to be a doozy, that's for sure. Set yourself up for some long green flag runs. And keep your car out of trouble. Don't speed down pit lane, as Preston pointed out.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, we'll look at the starting order here. Todd Robillard in the 90 starts in P1. Paul Brown starts in the 2nd position. Craig Marizon in the 2X will start 3rd. Jim Willis in the 53 will start in the 4th position. Starting in 5th will be Colin Matiak in the 13 car. Archie Fietta starts in 6th. Tim Lansbury 7th. Ed Palumbo starts in the 8th position. Starting in 9th is Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. Glenn Wilson in the 43 starts 10th. And Christian Wilson in the 11th position in that 30 car. All about saving your stuff here. This track is tough on equipment. Robillard in the 90. And the 77 of Paul Brown side by side here on this start. Bardelli Jr. unfortunately was not able to get his issues worked out here. Not sure what's going on there. Always enjoy him racing with us. Very rare that he has issues here. It must be something with track related and graphics car related. Pace car is off. Here we go. Martinsville Speedway, 150 laps here tonight in the Buschwackers Series.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we're green. Already side by side there, hard into turn 1. Paul Brown there tucks in. The 90. Leading the field here. Paul Brown 2nd, Craig Marizon 3rd, Matiak in the 4th position. Good battling here. 68 in the 54. The 54 down to that bottom line here, trying to take that spot away from the 68 car. Oh, there's contact right there. Contact, and the 54 comes around. And Palumbo comes around there. Already. Mellow Yellow Machine coming around. Take a look and see what happened here. We saw them getting together. Take a look here, see what happened. Diving into that turn, and then the 54 coming around. Right here, gets on the curb and kind of jumps up a little bit. contact. So it's really tight into that turn there. It's the 68 and the 54. Back this up here just a little bit. Tight right there as the 54 does kind of jump up there on that curb and get up on the 68. Take a look at this. Hard to really. There's contact there. That is tight. 54 to 68 there. Tight. Go on here with Christian Wilson and see this out of the front of his machine. There's contact, and then Ed Palumbo on the curb and comes around. We'll go back to live here. Looks like Ed Palumbo on pit lane. Lansbury, Marizon, Wilson all on pit lane. Christian Wilson in the 30 car. We'll see him finishing up his pit stop. Robillard coming down pit lane here, giving up the race lead.
It'll be one to go this time.
We're getting a one to go here, so he's going to drop to the back. Givaldo in the 68 car up front here in that as Robillard down pit lane. It puts Paul Brown. Looks like Givaldo may have elected to take this outside line here. We'll see. I mean, Givaldo took the outside line. There's side by side here. We're getting ready to go back green. Caution flag number 1 in the books. Alamadiak up front there in that 13 car.
Go.
Here we go. A little bit of a lagging back, and they get around the 68 car. 82 down on the bottom line. See, that's 68. He's up on the high line, and these guys going around. He's on a little bit older tires now. Oh, the 30 gets into the back of the 2X machine. Hard contact right there. They're 3 wide. Oh!
Yellow.
Got another caution flag. My God. Paul Brown takes the yellow flag here. That got aggressive right on that restart. I mean, not sure what was going on there, but that got aggressive in a hurry. Right here, the 30 car comes up, and now he's sandwiched. Right here, there's contact here. The 2X, I mean, he runs right into the back of the 2X car. Let's back this up just a little bit. We'll watch this on this replay here. This is them going back green, and this got serious in a hurry. This is the 30 car. And he gets Heck of a run here with the 2X machine. Diving down to the bottom side, and then it gets serious right here in a hurry. Gets into the back of the 2X car and up into the 68. And then just 3 wide right here.
The road will be open this time.
So eventful here. There's a couple laps. These guys are being hyper aggressive. Paul Brown in the 77. The leader, Matiak, is second. Lansbury third. Vieta fourth. Marizon in fifth. We're on a second caution flag here. It's going to be a long night. Valdo coming down pit lane here. So it looks like Givaldo's taking responsibility for that caution, but I think Christian also probably accepted some responsibility as well. So he's coming down pit lane, probably taking some service here. We're getting ready to go back green. Fortunately, caution flag laps go by pretty quickly here with being a short track. 77 car coming back, take the green flag. You see a 13, Colin Matiak will start on the outside line this time.
Green flag, go, go.
Here we go, back to green. Matiak gets a heck of a jump there. And he cleared that 77 car. Not quite. I think if he would have dove down there going into the turn, he might have had it, but backs off. Still living to fight another day on the outside line. Side by side, the 77 and the 13. Vieta and Lansbury back in that second tandem there as the 77 clears the 13 car. Take a look at Arthur Vieta here. He's running in the third position, just behind Colin Matiak. So Vieta got a pretty good car here tonight. Him, Lansbury in second. Craig Marizon in the, Lansbury in the fourth position. Marizon in the 2X machine running in fifth. Todd Robillard just behind him. Look at that. Tight battle right there between the 90 and the 2X. And Lansbury in that 82 car running in fourth. Starting to tighten up here a little bit. Lansbury, maybe not quite as much speed as what Marizon has right now. Lansbury on board here with him as Marizon starting to look on the inside line. Cannot get the bite that he needs coming off the turn to pull off that pass. Lansbury holding him off for now. Lansbury, like is a little bit better off the turn than the 2X machine. They go to the 54 and the 53 of Jim Willis. Nose and tail. This is 7th and 8th. And Colombo right now running in P7. Jim Willis is in 8th. Robillard up there. We see a pass here now. Marizon on the bottom side of Tim Lansbury. Craig Marizon in that 2X machine now getting around Tim Lansbury. Out of the back of Craig Marizon's machine. You see Todd Robillard back there as well. Tim Lansbury getting ready to battle it out. Not this, man. Artur Vieira and Colin Matiak battling it out. Vieira down to the inside line coming into the turn. Is Vieira going to have what he... Oh, that's tight right there. 13 pitching him down. 13 might have gotten into the wall. The 4 trying to hold on to that spot. 13 battling back on the outside line. Oh, there's more contact between the 4 and the 13. Guy's getting around a lap car. Robillard getting around Tim Lansbury. So Lansbury giving up some positions here. Not going to fall back to the 6th spot as the 90 gets by. Take a look at Christian Wilson here in the 30 car. Right now running in the 9th position. Got into a little bit of an earlier scrape. Now finding himself playing a little catch up here in P9. Valdo Spindola in the 68 car running in the 10th position. He is the last car on the lead lap. Paul Brown continuing to lead the field in that 77, but Artur Vieira, who's gotten around Colin Matiak, is starting to close in. Artur Vieira looking solid. I don't know whether Tiger Safe strategy is in his wheelhouse tonight, but he is closing in on that 77 car. So this is a battle for the race lead here between the 77 and the 4. Ed Palumbo in the 54 car. Tim Lansbury in the 82 side by side. A lot of room there for the 54 to get through. 82 tucks in. Looking out of the front of Jim Willis's machine at Tim Lansbury in the 82 car. Jim Willis in that 53 right now running in P7. The 77 now rolling up on some lap traffic there. Glenn Wilson in the 43 car. On the outside there, trying to stay out of everybody's way. Good, nice looking paint scheme that his son Christian did for him. Looking nice. He's down to the inside, letting these guys go on the outside line. So a little new to racing here, so he's going to have a little bit of a learning curve there, but get things worked out. It takes a seat time. That's what they say. Look at this. The 82, 53, and the 30. 30 getting by the 82. So that 82, I don't know if he's on tire safe strategy or what, but the 82 falling back here a little bit. Now back to the 9th position. Ed Palumbo in the 54. Running in 6th. The 13 and Colin Matiak and Craig Marizon in the 2X car. Marizon had gotten around. We'll take a look at this pass a little bit earlier here. Marizon had gotten around the 13. 13 battles back on the outside, and man, a rocket ship there on the outside. The 2X didn't have the room that he needed to be able to pull off that pass. Take a look at Todd Robillard here in the 90. He's watching this battle between the 2X and the 13. Got a ringside seat for that. We'll take a look at this 90 car, this Freightliner-sponsored Chevy. Said he's had to retire the golf clubs for the season. Guess you do that in the wintertime. Right now on board here with Todd Robillard in the Freightliner-sponsored Camaro. As that battle ahead of him heats up. Going to look for an opening there if these guys get wide. Take a look at Archie Vieira. It's about a second behind Paul Brown, so he closed in there for a little while. Now Paul Brown has been opened up a 1 second lead over Archie Vieira. Paul Brown in the 77. Pulling up on Givaldo Spindola. Now Givaldo is 1 lap down. Ready to go 2 laps down here. The 77 gets by. You see the 4 gets by as well. Givaldo letting those guys go. Givaldo's got some great track awareness. He really does. Nice driver. One of the nicest guys we have on the track, but he really does. I mean, I think that the super speedways are a little bit better for him. Some of these short tracks. The guy is out here every week and multiple times. Look at that, the 13 laying the chrome horn to him. He's getting over out of the way. He gets the message. Letting those guys go. And like I said, man, he's out here early every week. Races in really, all of our series. He's one of our most loyal guys here at HORL, and that's Givaldo Spindola. I had a good conversation with him earlier today. Said his dogs were asleep. He was able to drive. They gave him permission to drive. Todd Robillard here looking to get around Craig Marizon now. The 90 down below the 2X. This is for the 4th position, so the 90 takes over that spot as Craig Marizon now tucks in the 5th spot. Maybe that 90 car here starting to climb up the grid a little bit late in the run. We've had a pretty good run here, now 45 laps in. Paul Brown continuing to lead. That lead has diminished down to 0.7 of a second as Vieira's starting to maybe tighten that up a little bit. Now, you never can tell with the 77 car. He might be saving some tires, thinking about this long run. Guys getting through some lap traffic here. We're on board here with Craig Marizon in the, there was contact there with the 13 and the 90 car just ahead. We're watching the in-car and the trackside view for Craig Marizon running in the 5th position. Todd Robillard getting around the 13, and now Craig Marizon is going to make that pass. Oh, he drifts up there a little bit. He's going to give that spot back. I think Colin Madiak back down to the inside. He's going to take the spot back. Good battling there. It looked like 2X car had made the pass, but he slid up the track. Overheated those tires a little bit, and the 13 car gets back by and reclaims that 4th position. Take a look at this just a few minutes ago as the 2X went down to the bottom line. The 13 was going to give him the spot, but look at that. He could not get that car, the front end of that car, to stick. And the 13 gets back by and reclaims P4. The 77 continuing to lead. Now Tim Lansbury is going down a lap here. Now the first car 1 lap down, running in P9 in the 82. We saw the first part of that run. He had a pretty strong car, but this thing has fallen off here late in the run. We are now a third of the way through this race already. This thing is going by in a hurry. Take a look at Christian Wilson here running in the 8th position. He is the last car on the lead lap, 17 seconds down. Look out at the back of his machine. You see Paul Brown, the race leader back there, starting to close in. And Artiviera has closed in on Paul Brown about 0.6 of a second now. So that battle for P2 has, or P1 has heated up. On board here with Artiviera as he's closed in on Paul Brown. And you know very well that Paul Brown in the 77 knows all too well the capabilities of that 4 car. Watch these brake rotors here as they heat up here. Really tested the brakes here at Martinsville. Coming into the turn, and those things glowing cherry red. So that is something to think about, man. Saving those brakes. 77 car getting through. 68 car giving him a lot of room. 4 car making his way through. Something to think about here that we don't normally have to think about in some of these tracks, and that is brakes. Paul Brown now in the 77, getting down below the 30 car and putting him a lap down. Christian Wilson now the first car 1 lap down in the lucky dog position. Jim Willis in the 53, next car in line, but he has got Ed Palumbo in his sights. These guys have been, sort of close around each other here for the last probably 30 laps or so. This Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. Now down to the inside here. Taking a look on that 54. That 54 wanting to hold on to that spot. 53 wants to put a little bit of a buffer between he and the race leader. Good battle here. This is for the 6th position as Ed Palumbo in 6th. Jim Willis in the 7th spot. Take a look at this. Craig Marizon now catching back up to that 13 car. Going to try it again, and the 13 gives him a lot of room. Now picks up that spot. You see Glenn Wilson in the 43 giving these guys some room. Now Craig Marizon back to the 4th position. Colin Matiak in 5th. Tim Lansbury's on pit lane here in this 82 car, so something not right on that 82. He's finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. That long, arduous journey through pit lane here at this short track. This is 77 continuing to lead. He's opened that lead back up on Artiviera to about 1.5 seconds. So Artiviera really fallen off in the latter half of this run. Artiviera now maybe struggling a little bit here with those brakes. He's really pushing that car. Getting around the 68 car, giving him a lot of room. A couple of our Brazilian drivers there. Probably some communication with the 2 of those guys. Guys usually hang out on their Discord channel and also chat that way, communicate with each other that way. This looks like Bardelli, Spindola, and Vieira all on the same channel there together. Matiak there getting by the 43 car. This battle between the 54 and the 53 has simmered just a little bit. Just as I say that, 53 closed it in somewhat, but See this battle here, about 0.6 of a second separate the two of those guys. 53 running in the 6th position, and Palumbo in the 54 running in 5th. And guess who is there to put these guys a lap down? That is Paul Brown in the 77 car. He's closing in on these guys. He wants to put both these guys a lap down. He has really opened up the gap there on Artiviera. So the long run seems to be favoring the 77 car. You know, Artiviera, like I said, he was pushing that car pretty hard. The 2 early caution flags. See the 53 letting the 77 go. Now 53 1 lap down. 2 early caution flags, but they got that worked out. See the 43 to the inside, letting those guys go. Now the 54 wants to try to keep himself on the lead lap. Dirty car. He's claimed a position as Colin Matiak has come down pit lane. Paul Brown getting by that 54. Oh, they're 3 wide right there. 3 wide. They ran out of racing room as the Givaldo was up the track, letting those guys go by. They ran out of room. Oh, my heavens, man. That got a little serious right there. Go back here and look at this. Just a little bit earlier here as take a look at this battle here. See the 77 down the inside here and watch this. He's going to get by the 53. Now, this is quite a bit earlier here. You want to see this battle between that 53 and the 54. So you see the 77 closing in. We're focused on that 54 car right now. 53 going to drift up the track here and let that 77 go through. We're just going to take a lap or two. The 77 to catch up to that 54 car. So that 77 now closing in on the 54, and things are going to get tight in a hurry here. Watch this 54 car and the 53. Things are going to get serious here as the 77 is going to get by. We're getting a see that 77 getting by as the right here. Watch this, man. You see the 54 halfway in the middle there, and the 53 trying to slip through, and those guys had some contact at 53. We getting a caution flag here as we were watching that replay. Go back to live here and we'll take a look. It looked like there was some more action there with Jim Willis and Ed Palumbo. See what happened here. See the 54 and the 53. There's contact there, and then more rubbing. And the 53 comes around. Well, that got tight right there. I mean, see the 53 wanting to get around, but he touches that apron and drifts up a little bit and gets into the 54 car. And then there was contact right there as the 54 kept it straight, but I think the 53 was coming across his nose a little bit. Looking out of the front of Artiviero's machine. Watch this. There's contact right there, and then more contact. And then hard into the wall is that 53.
be 1 to go this time by.
All right, caution flag. We had some interesting action there, huh? 77, the leader. Getting ready to go back green as the 4 car is in P2. As these guys getting caught back up. And these caution flags, these laps go by in a hurry here, so. Preston was pointing out to us that things happen fast and you get a chain reaction. There we go. Pace car's in. Going back to green. Let's see if that 4 car can do something with the 77 this time. If we passed halfway. 4 car battling on the outside, and the 77 going to inch ahead. Still a good battle here. 77 and the 4. 4 tucks in. Great battling here as the 30 trying to get through. Jim Willis in the 53 up on the outside line. These guys tight. Christian Wilson trying to make some moves here. Oh, working on the back of Craig Marizon. Everybody tighten back up. On board here with Jim Willis in the 30 cars up on the outside. There's contact right there. And Palumbo and the 53 of Jim Willis out battling it out, and Jim Willis in the 30 car swapping a little paint. That got crazy. Watch this, man. Just a little bit earlier, but the 30 battling that 53 car. That 30 on the inside, the 53 up on the outside. Things getting tight right there. The 30 trying to get through that 2X machine. Coming into the turn, and right here it's going to get tight. Little bit of contact right there. That 77 car 50 as Paul Brown continuing to lead. Look at that 4 and that 13 battling it out. Look at that. 13 getting by the 4 car. So the 13, Colin Madiak getting by, but he is 1 lap down, or actually 2 laps down, so he is wanting to get some of those laps back. That's why he's racing so fiercely. He wants back on the lead lap, or at least get one of those laps back. This is the 90 car. Bob Robillard just behind him. Craig Marizon, let's see the 30 of Christian Wilson back there as well. Now to the front of Todd Robillard's machine, Art Vieira in that 4 car. Now looking out of the back, you see Christian Wilson might have gotten into the wall right there. Great racing here at Martinsville. Madiak trying everything he can to get around the 13. Get around the 77 car. "90 laps in. These guys racing like it's the last lap. Paul Brown, the leader. 13, Colin Madiak just behind him, actually in the 8th position. 2 laps down. First car 1 lap down is that 30 car. Christian Wilson, he wants to hold on to that spot. Jim Willis just behind him wants to get that lucky dog spot. Take a look at Art Vieira here in the 4 car. He's running in that 2nd position. He is, kind of in that position to capitalize if there's contact between the 13 and the 77. But he's not really worried too much about the 77 other than maybe some contact. Looking out the front of his machine at that 13 car, the 77, the race leader just ahead. Archiveta, man, he does not make a lot of mistakes. Say that about a lot of drivers. This guy's got a few championships under his belt, a lot of race wins, quiet on the radio. Always just get out here, all business. Knowing Archiveta for a long time, man. I met Archiveta running over at NASCAR Total. And have the unique honor, I should say, I'm going to use that in quotes, of getting into him a little bit as we were racing the GT3 Series race at NASCAR Total, IndyCar Brazil. Years ago, I was running in the 6th position, but he was lapping me. I think I got into him a little bit, but I would say this, he was battling it out with, I think, his teammate, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I was in the way just enough to give him a little bit of an edge, and he ended up winning that race. So I think Archiveta owes me. But I've known Archiveta for a long time, man. He's a great guy and great race car driver. Really, a guy can get in and drive anything and make it competitive. It's a testament to his ability as a sim racer. Take a look at the 90 car here, Todd Robillard. Todd's one of those guys, man, he really takes command of, in the night here. Friday nights, he runs our show and is the admin in charge. Always a level-headed guy. And, I have also a lot of respect for him in the sense that he, in those years where HORL needed an admin, he ran the show at HORL there for a while, kept the name going when some folks were not able to do that. And go on board here with him as he's closing in on that four car. Some lap traffic here starting to tighten up as Colin Matiak has dropped back there just a little bit. He is really trying to get back on that lead lap, but it's just not working for him. He is really burning that car up. It's a 77, our race leader. Christian Wilson and Jim Willis here battling it out. Christian Wilson running in the 7th position now as Jim Willis takes over P6. Here 103 laps in. We got a lot of laps to go, but these things are going to go by in a hurry. Our race leader is the 77 car. Great at saving his equipment, man. And that's what really separates him, I think, from most of the other guys in the field, is he's really good at saving his car. Ed Palumbo is the last car on the lead lap in that 54 car. He is 9 seconds down to the race leader. A little bit of a gap there for him. Not to get too worried about it right now. Take a look at Craig Bearzon here in the 2X machine. Craig right now running in P4. So since coming back here, racing a little bit more consistently now with HORL, he has shown some, a lot of muscle here in these cars. He said he really likes these cars, so he likes this mod. As you see Todd Robillard here making a pass on Archiveta, picking up a spot. And that may open the door here for Craig Bearzon. He's starting to look on the low side. You see that 4 car drifting up, going to give him some room. Now Craig Bearzon might end up picking up this spot here as you see Archiveta in the 4 car now tucking in, falling back to the 4th position. So now Craig Bearzon in P3, Todd Robillard in 2nd. 77, Paul Brown, the race leader. Take a look at the 30 of Christian Wilson. Now running in the 7th position. He is 1 lap down. A little work to do, maybe to try to catch back up to Jim Willis, who was put some distance on him. Take a look at Jim Willis here running in the 6th spot. He is in the lucky dog position. 212 laps in, so he wants to get back on that lead lap. He's had a little bit of a struggle getting back into racing, man. He had to reformat, redo some of his stuff on his machine, so he's getting everything reinstalled and getting back at it. But good to see the 53 car back out on the track. Take a look at Tim Lansbury. Now, he had to make an earlier pit stop. He's now 2 laps down. He definitely needs some help here to get back on the lead lap. And we're running out of time, but 82 Skyline Chili Ford Mustang has been pretty quiet here on the radio. He said he had to pit early. And maybe that car, the handling, not to his liking. Trying to make this a points night here tonight. You look at the Glenn Wilson, keeps plugging away here, just getting better each and every race. Letting the 53 car there go by, I suspect. So he's getting over to the left and letting that 53 car go by. So Wilson right now running in the 11th position. Yeah, like I said, it's just seat time, man. You know, you get practice in, you get used to running these tracks, and then you start concentrating on saving tires, saving your stuff, hitting your marks, and clicking off some fast laps. It takes a little while. You know, some of these guys he's racing against have been racing for, I know I've been racing for over 20 years. See that guy coming up behind him there in that 54 car, same deal for him. He's been racing for a long, long time. That Palumbo in that 54 car, we go way back to about the about 2005, you know, maybe that time frame, maybe a little bit later, 2006. Comes into HORL. He's been around a long time with sim racing. A lot of laps under his belt. Paul Brown with a 1.2 second lead over Todd Robillard. Meg Barazon in 3rd, RTV out of 4th. Ed Palumbo is in 5th. Got 5 cars on the lead lap. Ed Palumbo trying to stay on that lead lap. 53, Jim Willis on pit lane here. 120 laps in, and that's going to be, I would suspect, his last pit stop, barring any caution flags. With Jim Willis in the 53 taking service. As Paul Brown continuing to click off the laps. That time is starting to close up here a little bit as the 90 starting to run him down. Jim Willis has got a penalty too. Oh my God. That is devastating. I think he got caught speeding. Oh my gosh, man. Just as we're focused on the front two, Jim Willis coming back down pit lane to do a drive-through. Devastating penalty for the 53 car at this stage of the game. That's going to put him back to the 9th position at least. He's trying to figure out if he's going slow enough for this one. Hopefully he doesn't get another speeding penalty. It looks like he's okay on that one. Oh my heavens, man. He is mad. His pit crew cussing him. Look at that, they're 3 wide here. He's a 90 trying to get through. These guys in heavy traffic. These guys in heavy traffic. 77 leading the field, and he's wanting to get through. On board here with him is see the 54. He wants to stay on the lead lap. He's going to let these guys go, though. Palumbo, well, maybe not so fast. Stay on that lead lap, but Jim Willis, is he coming back down pit lane again? Oh, my God. See Palumbo giving him some room as 77 gets by, and the 90 gets by, so this is a battle for the race lead here. So lap 127. Valdo Spindle indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Is that battle for the race lead heating up? Let's see if this 1v1 graphic shows up right. No. That's what I got to work on a little bit. As Spindle on pit lane. Looks like Glenn Wilson also on pit lane. Valdo finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Trying not to speed. It's easy to do it at this track. P1, P2, you see 77 starting to open up a little bit of gap there. Billard may have burned up his stuff somewhat, getting back to the front. 0.6 of a second. Through traffic, though, he ran down the 77 car. Now we'll see how this 90 is able to hold on to the back of that 77. Jim Willis still on pit lane taking service. Maybe gone to get him a sandwich. 17 laps to go as I don't know if these guys have to make a pit stop or not, but I don't think this energy remaining thing works. Does not. So Paul Brown is opening up a little bit of a gap. A little bit better times right now for the 77 car. See that battle box there. Arizon, he's trying to close in. 1.1 second gap. Now Marizon, he's got some got something under the hood there, so we'll see if that got about a second behind P2. These guys starting to roll up on some lap traffic, and this could be a big deal here. Lansbury on pit lane in the 82 car here late in this race. I gotta wonder whether these guys are gonna have to come down to pit lane here. I think they probably will. I'm not sure they're gonna have another 13 laps in them. Madiak here trying to gain a position late in the race, getting below that 30 car, so the 13 now moving up to the 6th position. He is 2 laps down, getting around the 30 of Christian Wilson, who's now back to P7. 54 lets those guys go, realize those guys are not racing on the lead lap of them, or the same lap anyway. Stretching out that lead. They're 1.1 seconds. Robillard now radioing his crew, saying this thing is turning like a dump truck. 10 laps to go. Not what you want to see. See that car not turning through the turns. center of the corner. Very tight for him right now. Drifting up the track. Paul Brown now trying to close this thing out. See some traffic ahead. Will this traffic be a factor? Second gap there between Paul Brown, Todd Robillard. So far, pretty clear track ahead. More cars side by side though, so see Christian Wilson up in that yellow car. Glenn Wilson is 43 down on the bottom line. That's going to slow that 77 car just up a little bit. 1 second gap between P1 P2. '77 now trying to get by the 30 car. Getting by the 30. Christian Wilson running in the 7th position. Now looking at that 54 car. See those, how hard he is on these brakes. He's glowing cherry red there, so pushing that car a little bit. Opening up a gap though, pretty comfortable now for the 77 car, as Robillards have trouble with the some of the lap traffic. Across the start finish line, we'll have 2 to go.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh my God. We got a yellow flag here late in the race. It looks like the 30 car is absolutely blown up here. He's on fire. So the 30 car on fire here. Like that fire might be out now, but wow. A little shove from Dad.
This road will be open this time for that car.
So the 30 car. Like there might have been, I don't know, that car was on fire. Look at that, man. Just a little bit earlier. The 30 blew up. The 77 did not want to see that caution flag. I can tell you that. It's the 30 on pit lane. Paul Brown coming down pit lane here did not want to see that caution flag. My gosh. Todd Robillard says, uh-oh, I got a chance now. I got a chance. We're going to have a green-white checker, folks. That wasn't really a wreck or anything. It was just a car blowing up. Colin Matiak, Christian Wilson, Jim Willis all out of the race. Those guys DNF. Looks like a couple of those guys blew up. 77 squirts out the 2X car getting by the 90. '77 car said he only took 2 tires here on this stop, so this will be interesting. 2X car, what he do? Wow, I tell you what, that caution flag could not have come out any later, huh? Goes without saying that Paul Brown did not want to see that caution flag, that's for sure. 2X car, hey, he's like, oh, that's fine. Let's race it out now. And Art Vieira has been a huge benefactor of this caution flag. He's now up to the 3rd position. Todd Robillard is in 4th, and I think to some extent, he may benefit from this as well because these guys get a chance to maybe race that 77 car for a race win. Glenn Wilson coming down pit lane at 43. So green-white checker here at Martinsville. Like I had Christian Wilson and Colin Matiak both blew up.
It'll be 1 to go this time, bud.
Matiak, he had blown up as well. See, his car's on fire. That was a little bit earlier. Now this is going to be interesting. The 2X on the outside line. He's been fast early on. Car kind of falls off a little bit later in the run. Robillard up on the outside line starting in P4. And Artur Vieira starting on the inside line in the 3rd position. Paul Brown, can he hold off a charge from these guys? Here we are, side by side. Green-white checker. Can the 77 on 2 tires hold off Craig Marazon? Paul Brown in the 77 car. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide. The 2X gets out of the gas. Oh, here we go. To the finish. Oh, guess we got one more. I got excited there for a second. The 2X car inching ahead of the 77. He might have 4 tires. The 2X of Craig Marazon. Is he going to be the sleeper here? He's going to take the race win. Craig Marazon gets the race win on a late race caution flag. Oh my heavens, man. So the 2X machine of Craig Marazon getting the race win. So congratulations to him. So that 2-tire stop, I don't think really helped Paul Brown out at all. So congratulations to Craig Marazon and getting the win. Wow. How about that, huh? The benefactor there. Huge benefactor on that caution flag, to say the least. We'll take a look at the session results here. The race results. The green-white checker, Craig Marazon. Oh, wait a minute. We got Todd Robillard showing his. Well, better check that out here. Gonna refresh that, huh? Look at that. It's showing the wrong results. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's showing qualifications for some reason. If it shows, there we go. We got the right. I don't know what's going on, man. It's rFactor 2. Craig Marazon, the 2X, gets the race win. Paul Brown finishes in the 2nd position. Todd Robillard finishes in third. You see RJ Vieira finishes in the fourth position. Ed Palumbo fifth. Tim Lansbury battles back for a sixth-place finish. He definitely benefited from some of the problems those guys had late in the race. Colin Matiak is seventh. Valdo Spindler finishes in the eighth position. Christian Wilson ninth. Glenn Wilson finishes in the 10th position. Jim Willis in the 53 finishes in the 11th spot. It's like, how many times can you speed down pit lane? That's the answer, or the result for him. We'll see if we can't get Craig Marizon up here in the booth with us. Gets a huge win at Martinsville. It was just a matter of time before we saw Craig Marizon in victory lane. See if we can't get him up in the booth with us. All right, Craig Marizon joining us up here in the booth, and I knew it was just a matter of time before you found victory lane, and I would say you really wanted to see that caution flag come out.
Yeah, I didn't. I think it was third following Paul and Todd. I don't think I could have got to either, But yeah, that caution came out, and that's like what to do: tires or no, or pit or stay out.
Well, you had a pretty good battle there with Ed Palumbo for a while. Also with Todd. What was it like here to race this track, especially late in the run with those, tires being the way they were?
Well, for me, it seemed like the longer the run, the looser the off got. And I tried the second after that caution flag or that pit stop, where I tried taking it a little easier. It seemed better, but yeah, I got on throttle out. You got to be real careful.
Made some long green flag runs, had to manage the tires, and really didn't come down to fuel mileage necessarily for most people, but that late race caution flag could not have come out any better time for you.
No, it worked out good. I didn't think I'd get Paul though. I asked him where fit, you taking two? He goes, yep, all right. And it actually handled pretty good on two.
Oh, so you took two tires as well?
Yeah, Paul took two and I took two, and it turned pretty good. Maybe that left rear's worn a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of wondered, what I heard he took two tires. I wasn't sure what the other guys did, and I had a feeling that somebody was going to take four, and that it might end the thing for him. But very impressive there with just being on two fresh tires, getting around. You got Pocono Raceway coming up next week. I know you've been a little bit of a part-timer. We're seeing more and more of you. That's a great thing. How do you feel about that track?
That's a fun track. Almost like a road course almost. Challenging with all the different corners, but it seems like we normally do good there.
Well, hey, congratulations. It's good to see Craig Marizon in victory lane again.
Hey, thanks, Heath.
All right, that's Craig Marizon joining us up here in the booth. Good win right there. Good popular win. I know a lot of guys who've raced with Craig for a long time, and glad to see him racing here at HORL. Really appreciate his support, and I'm excited to see him more and more out here. That's going to be a great addition here. See him as a regular. He said he really likes this mod, likes these cars, likes the schedule. So excited to see Craig Marizon coming out here. We'll have to get him a car painted for the car set, that's for sure. Well, speaking of next week, we got Pocono Raceway coming up, and then we're off for Christmas. Hard to believe that Christmas is right around the corner. My heavens, man. Time is clicking away, isn't it? Talladega Super Speedway coming up after that, and then Homestead, Miami Speedway, and Kentucky Speedway, the last three races on the schedule. So we got some more racing headed your way this weekend, too, by the way. That's right. Coming up tomorrow afternoon, Daytona International in the Saturday Showdown Series, race number 2 of the season. 80 lapper there, and we had a great turnout in the first race of the season. Inaugural season in this, too. A lot of those Euro guys have been sort of itching to have some stock cars, and we have delivered, man. We got a great schedule. You see that up in the top right there. Daytona, the second race of the season. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We'll start that broadcast probably a little bit earlier than that, to be honest with you, so we can get qualifications in. Excited about this one, the 2018 X mod, and the guys are having a lot of fun with this. So that's coming up tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. And hang on to your horses, man. I think we're going to see a huge field for this one. And the Saturday Night Thunder coming your way on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and a great track there, and a great mod. It's race number 4 of the season, and racing starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 120 laps at Hot Atlanta. Well, man, I'll tell you what, that was a fun race to watch. Really was. Very interesting. We had some strategy work out, and I don't think it worked out in Paul Brown's favor. But, hey, you got to let somebody else win once in a while, right? Craig Marizon gets a huge win, and really Paul Brown is a good finish there in the second position. Still got to get a good points night for him. Thanks for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's having a good night, good weekend. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It is right there. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, you can click on the link in the banner of the channel and make a donation straight through PayPal. And then also support me by clicking on those links in the description of the race and following those over to the Fanatec website. But, hey, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. This has been a great race. Always is at Martinsville. Tough, challenging race. But I had a lot of fun here broadcasting it, and hopefully you had a lot of fun watching the race here tonight. That's going to do it for us tonight. And, of course, you know what that means. That means I am out of here.